Rob and Slim Show. We are back with Richard Cason.
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's
up,
going
dude?
on, man? There is one issue.
Long time no see.
Richard, there is one issue that I just noticed. You have some kind of sounds like a tapping going on. Like a heartbeat.
Oh, okay. Well, I've got you plugged into my car stereo. I'll just unplug you here. Hold on.
All right, dude.
Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I had you ran through the Bluetooth of my car stereo.
Ah.
Yeah, the tapping is now gone. So that was the issue.
It's like the dick when it throbs. That's all I was picturing. A nice, delicious treat.
I was thinking of not saying anything and just leaving it there for effect.
Well, now I can turn my engine off and not waste the gas, so it's all good.
Nice, dude. Where are you, dude? Are you still in Chicago?
Oh, well, it's a funny thing, Rob and Slim. I got back a couple of days ago. I was up there this past weekend, and of course, being a broke, barely headlining stand-up comedian the way that I am, I went up there on like a full tank of gas and $4 and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And complimentary breakfast and all that sort of thing, and had to have my ex-girlfriend PayPal me some money so that I could eat for a day or so. But then I get paid for the gig and make the trip back to Cape Girardeau there, and the next day the car starts fucking up. Pulleys on the engine and serpentine belts and tensioner arms, and that became a whole thing. See, more or less what happened, to condense the story, I had to pull over, and this woman kept offering me a ride to go get help. And one of the rides to get help was to this tweaker's house. He was a big meth head, and so was she. And basically, the rest of my afternoon was spent with this strange tweaker going back and forth to the parts store for parts, because this guy, I guess, wanted a project to keep his hands busy. And he didn't mind working on my car out in the rain. So that's how I spent yesterday. So
did he do
now
good
I'm
work?
at the mountains.
Is he still with you?
Yeah, fine. Never underestimate a tweaker.
That's why I do the show with Slambo.
But yeah, I'm back from Chicago, and so point me in whatever direction you guys want.
You headlined in Riddles, right?
Yeah, that was my very first legitimate comedy club headlining gig.
Wow.
That wasn't something I booked myself. Yeah, I finally crossed over.
Nice, dude. How did it go?
Oh, it went great. The shows were great. The first show on Friday, there was this chatty twat, there was only a small crowd of about 25 or 30 people, and this white woman, they're the ones that are ruining comedy. They've just had too much wine, too many apple dacqueries or whatever they drink. And she just had a comment for every joke and everything I said. And at one point I brought up the fact that, because I've got this bit about being uncircumcised, and she says, "Oh, you're Jewish?" And I said, "No, uncircumcised, you fucking idiot. Don't you know anything?" And it was a disaster, but the next night was great.
All right, cool.
That's a good observation. It is always a white woman.
It
I never thought of that,
always-
because I've always known it was always a woman, but I never thought
Yeah.
of it. Yeah, it's always a white woman. Yeah.
Yeah, science has conclusively determined that.
Yeah.
Black women get the men in fights. White women they don't give a shit.
They go into Jerry Springer audience member mode. Oh, no, you didn't. No, you didn't.
We actually heard from a couple people that black crowds are the coolest doing stand-up.
Well, I did a show in front of an all-black audience a couple of months ago. I felt that I was doing okay, but it was the first time in my career that I completely couldn't see the audience at all because of the bright light and the color. I could just see some twinkling teeth out in the background. That was the only thing I could see.
Well, at least you knew some of them were smiling.
Yeah, there's some. You've been doing comedy for 20 years, Richard, right?
Off and on, yeah. I've quit 600 or 700 times, but I always come back. Yeah.
Has anything changed in that time?
With me personally or the business?
Just the business, I would say.
Well, I mean, I think by and large the biggest, because I don't hang around with a lot of other comics and I'm not plugged into a scene, so I can't look at it really at the micro level, but I can tell you pretty much across the board, audiences are just so fucking uptight. That's the biggest thing.
Okay.
Is that they forget that they're at a comedy club or at a comedy show. And so whenever you start talking about the stuff that we talk about, they take it literally, they take it seriously, they get pissed off, and you always have to remind them, oh, we're comedians, this is a comedy show. And
wow.
It's just ridiculous, that level of childishness that's with people.
Yeah, I didn't know if like political correctness carried over to that scene.
Yeah, well, that's exactly where it comes from, because there's so many words and phrases that we're not supposed to say and can't say,
Touch on.
Well, segments can say but other can't say. And when you try to impose those kinds of rules on the comedy, it fucks it all up. That's why it's better to err on the side of, hey, we can say whatever we want.
Yeah.
What age group is the worst? Like when it comes to like stand up, like when you're doing a stand up show. Like
I'd have to say, if I'm guessing, probably 21 to 30. You know, I don't know if I told you about it the last time I was on, but I was in the middle of, not even the middle, I hadn't even started the bit. I was setting the bit up about bikini car washes. And I'm still in the middle of setting it up, and this bitch out in the audience goes, Texas piece of shit. And she meant it. And it just totally derailed me, and I didn't have any funny, witty lines for anything. I just started yelling at her, and thankfully turned the room against her, and everyone else started pouncing on her too. But
I was going to ask if you ever had to get like venomous on somebody.
Well, she was the cunt. She was the one. And after the show, she wanted to approach me some more and talk about it, and I said, first of all, I don't care what your opinion is, and second of all, you're 22, so your opinion doesn't mean shit, even if I did agree with it. And thirdly, I don't have to put up with this from someone just wearing eyeglasses frames without lenses. Now, fuck off.
That is the worst.
Is that a look?
Yeah, it is. It's a thing.
Wow.
Oh God. Straight
And then her boyfriend beside her, their samurai man bun, he was all, that's not cool, dude. That's not cool. And I could have broke him like a twig.
Peace and love, man. Why don't we just all get along?
Yeah.
What a fucking weakling.
But you know what? You know what's funny is he was defending his or her honor and all that shit. But then the next week, and he was putting a little wicker coffee table into the back of her car for her because she's a defenseless woman who couldn't handle.
Right. Ooh.
Wow.
Fuck. You there, Richard? Oh, we lost
did
him.
he hang up?
No, I think we got disconnected. Unless he hung up.
Normally when you see the man buns, you know.
You know it's a problem.
You know it's a fucking...
You have reached the voicemail box of
No.
573.
No, wait, stop! Why is it
no,
reading
no,
your
no,
number?
no, no,
Hold
no.
on, I'm trying to I thought of it. I don't know how to stop it.
Are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
somehow
we're
we're
also
also
leaving a
leaving
voicemail.
you a voice message right now, this moment.
So I guess I crossed the line. I got kicked off the show, huh?
Yeah, you fucking Texas piece of shit.
Ah, come on. Come on. Wow.
I just heard some silence over here for a second, and then his call failed. Oh, okay. Well, thanks for having me on again.
You got hacked and sabotaged by the man bun crew.
It was the man bun Illuminati. The Balloonimati.
The balloon.
Balloon and
But in general, far as stand-up comedy goes, for me, it's almost no different. It's like I posted on Facebook a couple of days ago.
To send
One
your
day I'm
message, press
headlining
1
a
at any
weekend in
time.
the third largest
To
city in
listen
the
to your
world, and
message,
the
press
next
2.
day I'm
To re-record,
changing a
press 3.
fucking surf
For more
belt with
options,
a
press
tweaker
4.
on the
To
county
cancel,
road. So
press star.
that's comedy.
Wow. Slim just fucked this whole
I
show.
don't- We're still
To
giving
send
you-
your message,
You
press
guys got a
1
new
at any
producer you're
time.
breaking in?
To
I
listen
can't
to your
see you,
message, press
unfortunately.
2. To re-record, press 3.
Richard, call us right
For
back,
more
dude.
options,
Call
press
us back.
4. To cancel, press
Wherever
star.
Where is it still going?
Skype malfunction.
To send your
What
message,
is
press
this?
1 at any time.
Do the upgrade.
To listen to your message,
Just,
press 2.
Press 1.
To re-record, press 3. For more options, press 4.
Damn.
To cancel, press star.
It's still going.
Who's slamming me now?
Richard,
Sorry,
sorry.
please try again later.
Oh, man.
Thank you for calling.
Okay.
You're
Goodbye.
welcome.
I
Bye.
just want to let you know this long distance bill is going to be murder whenever I get it.
We're sorry. Somehow we were leaving you a voice message while talking to you.
We would not
and like
disconnect.
the phone is talking to us and telling us to press 1 to send message, and it's just not.
Press
it's-
9 for urgent.
Yeah.
Oh no, that was me leaving you guys a voice message. You didn't get it?
We didn't get that. I
Hold
did
on.
see that. But
Hold on, wait a minute. I'm getting a voice message. Hold on, guys.
Yeah, that's from us.
it's our interview.
Oh Jesus, this is going a little more looser than last time.
Yeah, this is Slim's fault.
It's not my fault. It's Skype's fault.
Oh,
Skype sucks.
I heard you say Facebook, Richard. You got back on there?
Well, I kind of snuck back on. I guess my old account finally got dissipated or vapor.
Did we lose him again?
Oh.
Richard.
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 That's because...
I don't even know what's going. No.
Wow, play the voicemail.
All right. Where is it?
Right there.
Oh.
In the other part.
Voice message. No, it doesn't do anything.
Fuck.
Who's slamming me now?
Robinson Show.
Hey guys, what's up?
What's up, brother?
I swear, Richard, we're not doing this on purpose.
Well, it could be on my end. I'm out here in the boonies where there's no signal, so now I'm standing outside. Hopefully, hold on. There's a ladder up against the house here. Let me climb it. Let me see if hang on to the dish network.
that will probably help.
The dish would help. Oh, man.
Hey, I just went inside. Let's try that because it's fucking cold out here.
Dude.
Hey, what's the temperature out there in Jersey? What do you got, about 19?
No.
It's about 19 or 20, I
Yeah,
think.
28 or something, 27 degrees, I would say.
Did we lose him again? And all of a sudden it went really quiet. Yeah.
Fuck!
He
Fuck!
went too high on the ladder. I don't know.
Damn it.
We gonna keep doing this?
Yeah.
All right. I'll wait for him to call back.
Wow.
I don't want to be listening to another
Who's
voice
let it
message while we're
be now?
talking to him.
That's the best ringtone ever.
It is very
Who's
amazing.
slamming
Oh, there we go.
me now?
Richard!
Richard, I don't think you climbed up high enough on the ladder.
No, well, I fell off. That was the problem. And now I've got a 2x4 rammed through my side. Oh,
All right. Well, you're taking it like a champ.
Well, see, I figured something was up because as I was about to fall, I saw the stop or the clock on the phone freeze up, and I figured I'm about to lose him. So
Oh, man. That's our voicemail.
yeah, there's that voicemail. It just now came across my phone. It says unknown. Well, I'll listen to that after the spot here. That ought to be really entertaining.
So you're back on Facebook.
Yes, back to the Facebook story. I kind of snuck on because I wanted to try to rebuild the group of friends and followers that I had on there, but I keep the political shit to like Twitter and my own act now. You know, Facebook they broke me, so I don't want to get kicked off again.
Nice.
They really did a number on me last time, so.
I remember. I remember when you called. What? Where do you lean politically, left or right?
I'm pretty right of center. I mean, I'm not a hardcore conservative, but I'm a fairly rabid anti-liberal.
Cool.
Just because that's where all this politically correct bullshit that ruins everything comes from.
Yes, 100%, dude.
Absolutely.
I mean, I've got my differences with conservatives, but I'll always
Yeah.
align with the bigger fight against douchebaggery.
Yeah, I agree. That's it. Everybody's voice is important. No, it's not.
And to be perfectly honest, I think that's the big taboo as far as comedy goes nowadays. Like in the days of Lenny Bruce or people that were saying motherfucker or cocksucker in front of paying audiences for the first time, that was a big deal. But I think all these years later, it's not towing the liberal line, not being politically correct, saying, yeah, I voted for Trump and I don't have a problem with that. I think that's the big taboo. And
Yeah.
for a lot of people, that's fucking mind-blowing to them.
Nice. Are you still working in radio, Richard?
No, I quit my last radio gig about, let me think, this is 2017. I guess it's been almost 2.5 years. I was a commuter to that last gig, and
Wow.
the car broke down, and it was a 50-mile commute, and I just phoned him up one night, and I'm like, hey, you know how my car keeps breaking down? Well, it broke down again, and I probably won't be back, so see ya.
Damn. How long did you do that for?
Radio altogether, I was in, well, you, Rob, you worked over there at the Rat, right? You were the one that worked in radio, so
Yeah.
you know how it goes. You're never completely out of the business, not entirely, but I did it off and on for 20 years on the air and all that, and I still do voiceover work and that sort of shit, but as far as being a on-air personality, I think those days are pretty much over.
Gone.
It seems that you have to have Twitter followers or a big fucking Facebook following to get a DJ job. So
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if like the politically correctness went over to that, because dude, it's been at least 10 years since I worked in it. Like and back then you could get in trouble, but still, like, unless you cost them a couple bucks, then you're at the door.
yeah, well, I never cost anyone any money, or no clients ever pulled any advertising. It's just pussy management. They didn't know what to do with me. But then, you know, it's real vindicating years later when the people who fired you twice, they're like, well, you know, if I'd have just known what I had back then, I'd have managed you differently, which sounds great, but it doesn't result in a gig.
It doesn't help anything. Yeah, no, we did a gig, and what was it? The client was so insulted that we were sent to the venue that they pulled 2 weeks worth of advertising, and of course that was our fault because we were sent there. You know, like I just didn't make sense.
You weren't
Yeah,
the
clients
stars they
finicky,
were
like-
expecting.
Yeah, they expected like the at least like the evening guy, and they got the late night guy. So
And instead they got the weekend board op of the local ball game. Right?
Richard, do you have
I've been that guy.
Richard, do you have a podcast?
I did a podcast. I like to think I did one of the first ones, relatively speaking, because I started mine back in like 2009, and it was, I mean, there may have been like 50 or 60 out there, but
Yeah.
I think relatively speaking, one of mine was the first, but I didn't have a huge audience, and there wasn't a real big payoff, and it was a lot of work, and you know, I'm known for my quitting of things. I'll quit anything at any time, and that was one of my things where it's just like, fuck this, I'm done. But I actually have a new project that I'm working on right now because, well, like how radio used to be back before TV, you had Jack Benny and all these people like George Burns, and they did their sitcoms on the radio. And that's what I'm working on right now. I'm taking it all the way back to the beginning, and I've written and I'm in the middle of producing this sitcom for audio, loosely based on me. It's kind of like an anti-Seinfeld or an anti-Louis. It's more like the underbelly of comedy and how shitty it can be, and most of the time is. I'm kind of an exaggerated version of what's happened to me behind the scenes and with other stuff, and how shitty roommates are, and the food that they cook that you have to put up with, and that kind of stuff.
What's so funny?
What are you laughing
No,
about?
no,
Slammer
no,
Diddy?
my,
I don't feed you.
No.
Where you make some shitty shit? Is what you're saying?
Roommates I've had before. So.
Roommates he has currently. I know. I see
Well,
how it
it's
is.
like, have you ever smelled something so bad that it just
Yes.
the stench was so awful that it angered you?
Yeah.
It just pissed you off.
I have a story actually. I
left something in a pot.
I bought like an air freshener one day and plugged it in my kitchen, and then I walk in the kitchen the next day and this air freshener smelled terrible. I was like, man, it smells awful. And then suddenly I got the idea to pick the air freshener up and smell it, and I'm like, no, this air freshener smells fine. It's not the air freshener. I found out that this Lamborghini, who was my roommate, had left a pot of like roast beef just sitting for like 2 weeks. That he didn't clean it out. Or no, it was chili. It was a pot of chili, and he didn't clean it out. It was sitting there for like 2 weeks. It smelled awful.
He's getting all butthurt, and I wasn't even like directing anything at him.
Well, this roommate that I just got rid of, well, it was a mutual getting rid of because she moved to Texas. But she would just throw everything. It looked like she had cleaned out a garbage disposal and put it into the crock pot to slow cook it. And this stench would make its way under my bedroom door every morning and wake me up. And I Instagrammed one of the pictures one time. She had like entire onions in there, potatoes, potato skins. There was a cantaloupe rind in there, and I kept unplugging it. This was like anti-potpourri. It was like crock pot potpourri. It was awful. But I kept unplugging the thing, and she was asking, well, why do you keep unplugging that? I'm making vegetable stock. And I said, no, you're making vegetable stink. It fucking stinks. And then that became a whole thing about are you smoking in the house? Because I see all these matches around the house, and it's like, you don't understand. Your food fucking stinks. I'm lighting 4 and 5 matches at a time to cover up the stink.
Oh.
And she was just, and this is the really gross part, guys. She eats all this garlic and onion-based bullshit and like hummus and vinegar product, you know.
Yeah.
And that's all she consumes, right? So whenever she takes a shower, she steams all of that nasty shit out of her pores, and it oozes all through the apartment, and now it smells even worse.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. So that's what I had to put up with,
Wow.
among other things.
Richard, we have to wrap this up, dude, but where can everybody find you, brother?
RichardCasonOnline.com. You can find me on Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram. I think I'm still on Pinterest. I still haven't figured that out, but I'm on all that social shit.
Cool.
And I guess just go to the website for any future dates that may come up. I'm still finding it a little difficult to fill that calendar, making that transition to headlining, but you know, I've started, so
You'll get there, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I hope so.
No problem, man. Have a good one.
Hey, thanks for having me on, and sorry for all the phone shit there. I'm sure it was mostly my fault.
No, not a problem, man.
All right, well, we'll holler at you again.
All right, man.
Have a good one, Richard.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Later, bro.